I totally forgot to wire $160,000 today, so I'm gonna walk in the bank and get that taken care of. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is currently 5:15 in the morning. We got a lot to do, but we always begin with reading a book, The Art of War by Sun Tzu. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not always cracked out to be. I think it's a little overplayed, but we're gonna read it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially in the office. It is 7:44 a.m. in the morning. If you don't know, it's my birthday. It's a glorious day, but that's not why. We are signing loan docs today for my second building. Woohoo! Closing is happening tomorrow. Unbelievable. I'm turning 27 and I'm about to own 14 units. Mind blowing. But that being said, let me fill you in on what's happening. We have to do the loan docs. We have to wire $160,000 today. We have to go to the bank and get $12,000 cash for some videos, along with depositing into an operating account. Then we have to go to the building. Literally, as soon as I'm finished recording, preparing a to-do list, we're out to the building because we're doing electrical work, so I got to meet with the contractor, give him keys, da-da-da-da-da. Then we got lunch, and then we have a whole bunch of other things I need to get taken care of as a real estate agent. And this is where, here's the advice I'll give you as I always give them, build a business that works for you. There's no way if I built a business solely catered on being the best real estate agent in the world, I could do what I'm doing as an investor, right? I wouldn't have my mornings free like I have now that I can just go and, take 3-4 hours and, handle paperwork, meet the contractors, do this, do that, da-da-da-da-da. But I built my business in a way that it's possible, and it makes my life so much easier. That being said, we had our first closing yesterday in a while. It's been like a dry streak of like 45 days. Obviously, with the market being slow, not a lot of investor deals. We're in a transitionary period. Like most of you and most other agents in the world, business has been slow. But I'm always paranoid, so I was prepared for the business to be slow. So nothing really has changed in my life. I have mentioned this in other vlogs. Fortunately, I do have passive income, other revenues. So I didn't really feel the hit that I normally would feel, and I had a lot of money saved up, so we're all good. So before we step out and head over to the building, I need to prepare a to-do list and update an offer that we finally got accepted, and it's so ridiculous because the agent's super old and he can't hear well, so I'm trying to negotiate and explain concepts to him, like working the credits, the closing costs into the mortgage, over his head. So I got to rewrite the contract, send it to him, prepare to-do list, meet Jorge, and pew! We're supposed to be at the building by 8:15 today. Okay, so now we're making the adjustment to the contract. Just FYI, when you're negotiating in real estate, the first offer is in writing, then you go back and forth a little bit through email, text, or phone calls, and when you come to a final number, that's when you update the contract. When I was newer, I would update the contract every time we had a counter, and it is just unnecessary. That's how you know someone is lacking experience. They just haven't been annoyed enough times to just not do it. And of course, every time you make a change to a contract, you must get it initialed by both parties. So I'm getting that taken care of. And I put December 23rd as the close date, but I have a feeling because it took so damn long to figure their life out. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're coming up on 5 weeks. Let's do December 20. We'll leave it. If we have to ask for an extension, we'll ask for an extension. I had a 4 p.m. showing scheduled today, but I just got a text. I'm going to have to cancel that. Thank the Lord. I probably don't want to go there anyway. And I quickly want to talk about pivoting in your business and doing things that make sense, right? Lately, I've been working with a lot of investors. As you can see, the board is full. However, a lot of them are just not serious. They're very hesitant. They're asking a million questions, which is all I'm down for. But I realized, if I work with 10 investors, really only 2 of them are going to be willing to pull the trigger, but I'm doing 10 times the work. So I need to figure out a way to weed out the serious people from the not so serious people. So here's what I'm going to do from now on. And I'd like to get everyone's opinion in the comments, so please like, comment, subscribe while you're at it, and let me know what you think. I'm going to charge all my investors an upfront, like a retainer fee of $1,000. If you're willing to give me $1,000, then you're going to be a lot more committed to, first, looking at the deals when I send them to you. Second, wanting to put some offers in and, be aggressive about making things happen. Because a lot of times, people say they want to invest. It's like starting a business. I always wanted to start a business, but they never really do. And I want to weed those people out because, listen, for me to send you a property, I've done already 30 minutes of work, for just you for like a couple of properties. It's just not worth my time. But if you're serious about investing, absolutely. And a lot of times it's just finding somebody to do one deal. That's the hardest one, which I always understand. But this is getting a little bit ridiculous because all these people I'm sending properties to that are taking 2 days to respond, or they have no idea what they're looking for, or they ask me a million questions, which is fine. But if you're at the end of the day going to say, you know what, I'm going to hold off, that's also fine. But, I need something for my time and my experience. Because this is where I realized that, I turned 27. And this year I was able to buy 3 properties, the flip and 2 multifamilies totaling 14 units, right? How I was able to do that without any of my own money? It's because I bring experience to the table. People with money can tap into my experience, my years of knowledge, and completely cut through the learning curve of like trying to figure out how to do comps for yourself, how to find tenants yourself, how to find contractors yourself, blah, 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 blah. So there's a lot of value I bring to the table, and I feel $1,000 retainer is very cheap. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm gonna use the bathroom. We're gonna go to the building. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we just made it to the building, and I completely forgot that one of my tenants was taken to the hospital a couple weeks ago. I think I put it in the vlog, and he hasn't been responding to any of my messages, but his car is here. So we're gonna see if he's home, and we're gonna have a chat with him. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm buying that building over there. We're here to work on this building. So now basically we have to let the contractor in the building, and then once I give him all the keys, we're gonna make a little bit of content, and then we're gonna move up out of here and go to the bank so we can sign closing docs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I had to come back to the car. I don't know what I was thinking. Buying a building and getting work done in the winter. This is a bad idea. So let me tell you this right now. If it's a bad idea, a lot of people aren't gonna wanna do it, which means it's a great opportunity for you to take advantage of it. Now here's the situation. The tenant that hasn't been answering my calls is also not opening the door. So now I have to forcefully enter, but it's not really forcefully. I gave him ample notice, so we're gonna go inside. We're gonna see what's happening. It is now 8:55 a.m. We are on our way to the bank to sign these closing documents for the loan. Everything was great at the building. All the tenants, very easy to work with. The one tenant who didn't answer my phone calls, who was taken to the hospital, we are made to believe that he's, I believe, in some type of a rehab center, which explains why he's not responding to my text messages. And that is fine. However, somebody needs to tell me, is he staying, is he leaving? So I need to know if I need to vacate the unit, get it cleaned up, or just wait for him to come back. So that's where we're at. Now we got a haul ass to this appointment at 9, and then we got a Patreon call at 10 a.m.
Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, Ishmael. How are you? So my clients are fine with the 319.
Okay.
We're gonna work credits in. So the offer is gonna read 325 with the $6,000 credit. So your seller will get the 319, and we'll move to close. I put December 23rd as the closing date, but we've been negotiating for like four days or so. So we may need a little bit of an extension on the back end if we can't get it done in time. I'm just waiting for our clients to sign the contract. I'll send it to you. And then once you get signed on your end, we'll be officially in business, okay? I've been trying to negotiate a deal with that agent for 4 long days, okay? First, it took him a whole day to answer my phone call, to then realize he never even looked at his email. So day 2, he looks at his email. Night of day 2, he finally is like, okay, I'm meeting with the sellers at 7 p.m. I'm like, well, you're meeting with the sellers? Just call them. Anyhow, he's meeting with the sellers at now 9 p.m. And then it's 10 p.m. And then I don't get a reply back until the morning of the 3rd day. We then counter. I don't get a reply back till 8 p.m. of that day. And then I call him on the 3rd day, doesn't answer. Today's the 4th day. Finally, he picks up the phone. All I have to tell him is we are in business. So this is the game, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to sell real estate, get used to dealing with people who are, you know what? He is an older agent, so he's a little bit slower than the pace I'm used to. But he is a great agent to work with. So let me correct myself. Let me be grateful. We got a deal under contract, and we're gonna make some more money in December. Life is a-okay. Does he need to sign?
No.
Okay.
There's only one other document he'll sign, and then we should be good
Okay.
on his signature. Basically, once a year, we'll ask you guys for the tax returns, and then we do the quick test that we talked about last time, just to make sure the cash flow is still there.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it. This is the resolution, basically saying that A is taking out this debt to buy this property. So sign here, and then on the next page.
Gotcha. And we're back. It is now 9:48 a.m. The Patreon call is about to begin. If you don't know what that is, let me break it down to you. In the real estate world, there's a lot of coaching programs, courses going on, and I'll be honest with you, most of them are hot garbage. Very few that I've taken are actually worth the time. Now, I'm not selling courses to anybody, because the best type of coaching you're ever going to get is that hands-on stuff, okay? And that's what the Patreon is. Every week, 10 a.m. Central, I get on a 1-hour, basically, Q&A. Ask me anything you want. I'll hold you accountable. Whatever you need, that's what we do. And it's a Zoom call, so you can ask. That's how the communication begins. Let me see who this is. So that's the Patreon. So join it. Links in the description. We got to get on that call at 10 a.m. today. And then once we're done, then we're going to run out to the bank, get about $10,000 cash, do this video. Basically, I'm using real money as a prop, only because I need to go and move $10,000 over to another account anyway. So I'm like, why not, you know, 2 birds, 1 stone, several videos, right? It is now 11:15 as usual. Even though I say the Patreon calls an hour, I always get to talk and I go a lot more. Anyhow, now I'm going to the bank to get $10,000 cold hard cash and bring it back to the office. I just spilled coffee all over the place. The time is 12:15. I just came from the bank. Bad news, I couldn't get the $10,000. Apparently, it's too large sum of money. I have to order it. I feel like a rapper, like, yo, I gotta order all the stack of cash. Long story short, I got 5,000. It's not enough to do the video, and this is gonna be a really good video because the title is gonna be, you know, how much my 7-unit apartment building makes me per month, right? And I'm gonna have the cash like this. That is a video right there that could catapult the YouTube channel, and I'm gonna wait to make it the right way. So now, me and Jorge are gonna go to Texas de Brazil, eat us some good food, and then to the cigar lounge to celebrate with a victory cigar, because you know what, we made it another year. I don't know, I forgot to mention this part. When I was on my way to pick up the cash, I get a phone call from somebody telling me that somebody from my building, this is landlord activity, somebody from my building is parking in his building, right? And the problem is, he can't hear. He can't hear. So we're having a phone call. I'm yelling at the dude, but not yelling at him, but I'm speaking loudly, and I'm like, look, I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm not yelling at you. I'm just speaking loudly because you can't hear me. Long story short, I end up texting him, right? And it's not even like the truck got nothing to do with my building. I don't know how he got my phone number. One of my tenants gave it to him. And I come to find out, because, you know, I'm like, hey, at least I got the seller owner's number. I'm about to pitch him to see if he wants to sell. He's not even the owner. He's not even the owner. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You got people parked in your building? Call your landlord, not me. So I'm dealing with tenant issues from somebody else's building. Out of control. Out of control. This should be a day in the life of a landlord more than a day in the life of a real estate agent. But you know what it is? It's a day in the life of an entrepreneur. It's a day in the life of a hustler, man in business, you know, making it do what it do. And it's always great, because at the end of the day, what business you, whatever business you're in, what field you're in, what industry, it doesn't matter. Communication is communication. That's why the best advice I can give you folks, oh, this is a great segue, is instead of studying all that sales and nonsense like that, learn communication, human behavior. How do humans think, operate? You know, how do they take action? How do they get motivated? Right? What holds them back? You know, what work do they do? What is some personality traits, behaviors? Blah blah blah. You study all that, the marketing, the sales, everything will just fall right into place. All right, ladies and gentlemen, lunch is over. It is 2 p.m. on the dot. Now we're gonna go to the cigar lounge and get the rest of the day's work done. Should be done around 5 o'clock today. Easy, smooth down. I mean, it is my birthday, right? Give myself a little break. I totally forgot to wire $160,000 today, so I'm gonna walk in the bank and get that taken care of. The wire has been sent. It is now 2:30. Back to the cigar lounge. I forgot something. Once you own properties, you have to switch the utilities over, and I have to do that today. So as annoying as it is, I gotta call up ComEd and Nicor, which is our suppliers, and get everything switched over there, so that way there's no interruption. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now 6:20 p.m. and the day is over. We just spent the last 4 hours at the cigar lounge. To be honest, I maybe did an hour and a half worth of work, looked up houses for all my buyers. I booked my birthday plans. I switched some utilities over. And the rest of the time was spent with Jorge, having some great conversation. And this is what I love the cigar lounge for, right? And having good people around you. And when you have great conversations, it allows you to bounce ideas off of one another, get different perspectives, because you know, you guys, no one's coming from a place of malice. If there's criticism, that you could take it in. If you did something wrong, you could take it in. If you need advice, you could take it in, or bounce an idea off one or two. So that's about it. I'm freezing, that's why I'm a little bit shivering. I want to thank everybody for watching. You know, I'm 27 and I am finding myself being more and more grateful every day for, first and foremost, all of you guys for actually watching me. You know, my boring old life, little empire we're building over here. I thank every single few hundred of you that watch the videos every week. I'm very grateful. It's been a fantastic day. And you know what? I look forward to 28. And I leave you with this message. People generally, you know, they get sad about aging. Hey, I'm almost 30. What's going on? And the reason they get sad is not because they're aging, because getting old is beautiful. You get new experiences in life. You get to grow a family. You get a bigger house. You make more money. You get more comfortable. You go on more vacations, yada, yada, right. But the reason I feel that people get depressed when they age is because they're not doing what they know in their heart they want to do. Great example. If I knew I wanted to start a business, right, and I want to be a business owner and become wealthy and build towards a set goal that I have in my heart, and instead I'm an accountant making $60,000 a year, and the years are just passing by, opportunity is passing by, and I'm turning 30, 35, 40, 60, and I never took a chance on myself and work towards my dreams, then I'd be upset. So the message is, if you're working towards something that you want and you're doing what you want to do in your life, you're never going to be worried about aging, because the older you get, the closer you get to your goals, which for me is, you know, having a very wealthy lifestyle, family paid for, you know, doing everything I can, helping as many people as I can, and having everything that I possibly want. And I do it through business, and I get a lot of satisfaction just from doing what I know in my heart I need to be doing. And it's the greatest feeling that I could possibly bestow upon you all, is to do what you know in your heart you need to be doing. Okay, don't be sitting around here making excuses. This is becoming a TED Talk. I apologize. I'm no person to be preaching to nobody. So, thank you for watching. I tell you what, you made it this far. I want you to hit aging in the comments. All right, how are you enjoying aging? Let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see everybody on the next video. Bye-bye.